We are gathered here for Tuska Daemon-Killa. Whoops. Tuska Daemon-Killa. By Old Man Reacts. Shout out to Old Man Reacts. Shout out to all of you. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Sending out a lot of love. Let's get straight into the video. You know what? Yeah. Let's not even. No more. Let's just get straight into it. Let's go. Here we go. Let's hop right in. Let's get the Medicaid warning.
General Medicaid warning. The views expressed in Fine of Lore, the lore delivered in rants, are sanctioned by their scholar Progenium as excess rageous. Prolonged exposure can result in loss of IQ, high blood pressure, random outbursts, and blunt force trauma to the skull, resulting in unconsciousness. Please consult your local physician for more information.
War Boss Tuska Daemon-Killa, the only being in the entire galaxy who undoubtedly received precisely what he always wanted in life, and the only being in the entire galaxy who has and will ever have a truly happy ending.
Okay, the only one to have a truly happy ending. See, the orcs still to this day just warm my heart. They're trying to have a good time. I feel like they're just born knowing a good time. And it's just shoot back and use your imagination to make a bunch of vehicles that shouldn't work, or just things in general.
That ending being an eternity of endless bloodshed in the shadow of the Brass Citadel. An orcoid heaven, if there ever was one.
It probably is.
Good on you, Tuska.
Tuska.
A toast to your brilliance.
Now, before I dive into this Voxcast about Tuska Daemon-Killa, there's something I have to get out, and this is a disclaimer. If at any point that you believe that I'm exaggerating, if I'm making up something for shock effect or anything like that, I want you to stop the Voxcast, walk into your bathroom, look into your mirror, and say orcs until you get it. Because this story is a prime example of why the orcs are absolutely insane. So the grand...
They're absolutely awesome. Count Chocula, fungus cereal with squiggly bits.
Story of this ridiculous piece of fungus started off kind of like this. Tuska was in his kill cruiser called the Gorejaw when he was flying through the warp, when all of a sudden the Gellerfield just completely failed. This isn't a surprise considering orc technology is as ramshackle as you can
concern. Just that. Oh man, look at it. Looked like he got some brain cells here and wasn't just a fungus.
Possibly get, and is often held together by nothing more than belief and duct tape. If even they have duct tape. For the Gellerfield to fail on board an Imperial ship would be nothing short of a cataclysmic disaster that would have instant and lasting repercussions throughout the ship, even if it made it through the event at all. For the orcs, however, the failing of the Gellerfield usually means they're going to have a little bit of fun while they're going through the warp, which is typically a boring process for them. But in this particular instance, it got even more interesting because the thing that boarded the Gorejaw was nothing short of pure horrific. And once Tuska found out there was a creature running around his ship with a bunch of heads that had a bunch of horns, the first thing he did was shout into light and strap on his power claw running to the bridge. When he got up there, he decided to engage the very thing that had been slaughtering his crew in single combat. After a rather hectic battle, he won, and he learned two things. One, demons make excellent fighters. And two, they have great trophies. At this point, the gulf between Tuska and your average war boss begins to become apparent. Because while most war bosses would go on from that fight, take their trophy, and move on to other warfare, Tuska was built different. When it comes to the nature of a fight, Tuska had just eaten the best ribeye steak he had ever had in his life. And he...
A ribeye steak is a power-up? Now I gotta get my hands on one. I wanted to say I love this fucking picture right here. What? This is great. This is a great drawing. Now listen here, you little grot.
Wasn't about to go back to fighting humans, which would basically be chicken nuggets when he had that on the menu and knew where to get more. The second that Tuska's ship got back into real space, the first thing that he did was load up on as many guns, choppas, and weird boys as he possibly could. If you don't know what...
I can't do it this is the elderly Ladada, bro?
What a weird boy is. The weird boy is the orc equivalent of a psyker with all the good and bad that comes with it. The reason Tuska grabbed all the weird boys he could is because psykers appear as a beacon in the warp. It's basically...
Oh snap, I don't know if I came across this in other lore videos. I didn't know there was psykers on the side of the orcs, but that makes sense. Do they actually prance around in like fake like elder maid masks? Like it looks, I'm trying to say like it looks like they make these to clown the Eldar. They're called weird boys, bro.
What calls the warp entities to the ship that doesn't have the Geller field on, and Tuska knew this. But the difference between a human psyker and an orc psyker is that a human psyker looks like a bonfire in the warp, while the best thing I can say a weird boy resembles is a cocaine-fueled rave party. Once his rather hasty preparations were complete,
okay,
Tuska re-entered the warp and just immediately took the Geller field down and started flying around, fighting anything that came aboard his ship, but he could not find the sort of being that he had initially encountered. In fact, Tuska spent so much time beating up demons in the warp that eventually the demons stopped coming. If that isn't a statement on the orcs itself, I don't know what else to tell you. An entire segment of reality.
They got their ass handed to them so much by the orcs that they said, "Fuck this, I'm out." That was cringe. Why did I even repeat it? You heard it.
Populated by creatures driven purely on instinct to devour everything in their path, saw this ship flying through the warp and collectively said, "I'm not fucking with that." And because Tuska wanted something decisively good to fight, and because the demons had stopped coming, Tuska decided to go to the demons themselves. And, hey, well, hell, if you want to go to the demons, there's only one place to go where you know you're gonna find them.
Who drew this? Whoever drew this, that's sick. The little, like, the cat meme, the cat staring at the girl at the dinner, that is awesome. That is awesome.
When Tuska's fleet broke on the outskirts of the Cadian system, all of Cadian High Command effectively shit their britches because not a single soul thought that anyone would attack trying to get into the Eye of Terror. But then again,
Orcs, exactly. Yo, that's funny. That's exactly how I was thinking. Orcs.
Authorities could actually react, Tuska was already landing troops on Prozan, a moon orbiting Cadia. And due to nothing more than pure disbelief, he actually took the moon. But as soon as he did that, he left the moon and went straight for the Eye of Terror, with everyone in the Imperial Command watching him go and wondering what the hell was going to happen. They didn't deign to stop him because why the hell?
In Orcish math, the shortest distance between 2 points is straight through you. Imagine having the title of Moon Taker.
Hell would they stop a full wall of orcs heading into the Eye of Terror? Yeah. You're solving two problems with one event. Because honestly, the worst thing that would happen from a wall of orcs heading into the Eye of Terror was all the orcs are gonna die, and it's gonna...
No, this is beautiful too. If purple ain't stellar wait, then why do you never seen a purple orc? Think you me think? Oh my gosh, the Incredible. Is it Incredible? Wait, I can't remember if it's called Incredible or something else. This version of that meme is beautiful. You know, I thought I would never see a Warhammer version of it, and here it is.
To distract chaos for an indeterminate amount of time. Win-win scenario for the Imperium. And now that he was in the Eye of Terror, Tuska was the happiest orc imaginable, hopping from planet to planet and slaughtering anything he ran across. And the fact he was losing manpower at a rate that even a Krieg's guardsman would flinch at, he couldn't care less.
That is when I understand. I love it. Did someone say die for the Emperor? He said even they would flinch, Jesus.
And finally, he landed on a strange world that didn't seem to have any warp creatures on it. Normally, the second he started landing forces, a whole bunch of demons would show up and start fighting him tooth and nail, but on this planet, nothing appeared. Eventually, in an act born out of sheer frustration, Tuska pointed at the ground beneath his feet and shot. The ground flinched and started to bleed. And then Tuska had his next brilliant idea, and he ordered his entire remaining wall to point their weapons and start chopping and shooting at the ground. Unbeknownst to Tuska, he had landed on one of Khorne's planets and had decided to piss it off. At that point, demons started flooding up from the ground in waves that even Tuska couldn't have imagined, and in charge of them was one that was called the Blood Prince.
Damn, nature, you scary!
As Tuska gleefully skipped off the battle with the Blood Prince,
I hate that edit. I'm so mad. That was great.
Our wall was being slaughtered around him, and after a short yet decisive fight, the Blood Prince impaled Tuska to the ground. But the Orc War Boss was in no way, shape, or form out of the fight, and when the Blood Prince started cheering and gloating, Tuska reached up with his power claw, took hold of the family jewels of the Blood Prince, and gave them a nice and delicate orc version of a squeeze. In other words, Tuska Daemon-Killa had just crushed the Blood Prince's balls. Now, I'm sure Khorne has heard many delightful
Thank you for explaining it after.
Sounds over the years, but I'm not sure he's heard anything like that. And he thought the orcs at that point were just frickin' dandy. And then
I can't. 1 sec. Oh my gosh. Now, I don't know if you've seen it. I laughed so hard that, like, I, like, chuckled that snot came out my nose, man. That was great.
The next morning, he resurrected all of them, alongside all the demons they had fought. So this is how Tuska is going to spend eternity, being
sounds like something Korn would do.
Resurrected every single day to fight the same battle that he did the day before, which was the most awesome battle of his life. This is literally heaven for an orc. But here's a weird prospect for you. Every single time an orc fights, they get bigger and stronger. Every single time an orc fights something stronger than them, that growth potential is exponential. It is not uncommon to see an orc put on several inches and several pounds of muscle mass when facing down an opponent, especially if that orc is already hyped up. Tuska has been fighting things bigger and stronger than him for centuries at this point. So the question is, how big is Tuska Daemon-Killa now? The answer to that, I'm not sure any Imperial citizen actually wants to know. But at this point, Tuska Daemon-Killa could be the size of an apartment complex.
No way. Bro, is that actually freaking true? That's so sick. I know it's speculation, but that is sick. That's actually clean. That's actually clean. I love this one. This one was freaking great. This was awesome. See, and now I understand the love for the orcs so much, man. Oh, man. It just gets better. As you hear about the orcs, you know, it's just time to throw sense out the window. It's just time. It's just, who knows? It's just time to enjoy yourself. It's just one big party. Tuska Daemon-Killa, and that's a whole block party now if his speculation is right. Anyways, much love in Moonlight. Not much more to say. I will see you in the next one. Hope you enjoyed. Peace out.